So let's welcome back Matthew Whittaker. Stand at the front if you like, whatever's easier for you.
Yeah, I'll stand up. I think it's easier for me to stand up. I'll grab a screen. Nice tune.
Okay, Matthew, whenever you're ready.
Thank you. Right, good morning, everyone. Thank you. Well, thank you. Lovely to see everyone after 6 years. So I thought I'd better introduce myself and why I'm here, and here it goes. I'm here today to take you all a very special journey, a 100% true story of how I got myself a full-time job at Lancashire County Council, which I work in Preston. So, currently on a one-year course called DFM Project Search through Preston College from September 2021 to June 2022. Project Search is a supported program internship who support people with autism and help them gain into full paid employment. Internships do their placements over the course of the year, building their personal and the workplace skills. Each year, the supported internships have an employment planning meetings by inviting the parents and, of course, the line managers to discuss how each internship is getting on, settling in, and also working hard during their time on their placements. On my first week of Project Search in the beginning of November 2021, I did an e-learning course on what I had to learn about, obviously, be aware of fire safety, health and safety, and different e-learning tasks, which I find very interesting of learning, and I'm very past it. Thank you. E-learning has been a part of Lancashire County Council over the years, supporting of all autistic people who attend this course online. It'll help to ensure that all people working sensitively and personal data of the responsibility of this program offers a range of courses to be delivered online. So when I went on the Lancashire County Council website during my first week on Project Search, the supported internship obviously supports you, supporting me while doing this e-learning course. At the end of my first week in the classroom, I was very kindly informed that my work placement will be in the printing mail scanning department called Document Handling Service throughout to June 2022. Now, Document Handling Service is a printing mail scanning department that has been a part of the Lancashire County Council. So what we do in our service is sorting out 967,000 mail a day. We get from different departments of Lancashire County Council and, of course, Royal Mail, making sure every mail is scanned in the correct department for my team. We scan these items using the OPEX Falcon machine every day through the week. The other team have different jobs of what they're doing, working on by having a meeting, and our supervisors has a list to call our names, including me, of what jobs we are in charge of, including dealing with Lancashire County Council customers, basically like working in reception that we have in our service. I have been working and learning with a few people of my team in the service, training me on the Xerox W130 scanner. By doing this job I'm currently on at the moment is scanning legal documents and, of course, urgent boxes called Scan on Demand. We get every single day through the week. Legal documents and scan-on-demand boxes are being delivered to our service from another department of LCC. It's Records Management Service and sometimes DMS, which is a Document Management Service. So myself and the Xerox team have to check their slips by matching whatever it says on the slips before. But before we scan the legal and the scan-on-demand boxes, for us, as a small group, we go through them using a staple remover tool to remove staples, and most often we find the original, what you call TC birth certificate document with a plastic wallet. We add it onto that, and then we classify it as what you call a funny word, treasure chest. After scanning one of my Xerox team worker, quality assurance by what I mean by quality assurance feels like you're checking our work and making sure everything's all scanned correctly online and counted how much depends how many documents we have in our service. Finally, after it's been checked, we transfer it from W130 folder file to checked legal or scan on demand folder. I put the files back in the box before putting our trolley ready to be collected from records management service. Also in our service, we have an X-ray machine. It helps my workers, including me, time to time investigating a suspicious no-address mail, letter or a parcel that has been delivered to document handling service. This means, as part of our health and safety and for us to keep us workers safe, we have to inform our line manager and the supervisors to be aware of like dangerous items. Obviously, you guys probably see at the airports and that. What we must do is read the instructions, letting our team know not to go near the suspicious package, moving away from the area where the item is in, avoiding and touching, and moving the package if it's a dangerous item. Things like something's got burning in. We do prepare to evacuate the building, the whole of the building. Or if the package has a sharp item inside, obviously there is no need to evacuate. Yet we still inform our manager and supervisors to let them know what's going on. So it is quite interesting. In the beginning of January 2022, myself and other internships had to do 1 week work at home during the obviously COVID-19 new variant. So we worked together by creating PowerPoint presentation about what is our favorite things that we like to do at home and doing some quizzes, which we really enjoyed. At the end of the January 2022, us internships had two special visitors called Katie and Karen, who came in and teach us about how to travel independently on trains, how to book them, what time it departs, and of course returns. Now, Katie is from Community Rail Network. Her job is to teach us, with us also internships with autistic, how to keep us safe on the trains and learn what trains are we likely to be riding on. It's quite fantastic. Karen is excuse me. Karen is an artist teacher from Manchester who very kindly brought in some paper cards and art supplies so we can create. So we created Dick Kerr ladies postcards. After we finished creating the postcards, we went next door to the train station and offered public people if they would like one. Katie also teaches us about one famous lady born in Preston who is one of the Dick Kerr ladies footballer and author named Newman. She has been part of the Dick Kerr ladies football from 1917 to 1970, when the women of Dick Kerr ladies were banned due to FA had no control over money made from the women's games, which is very shocking of what we have learned and listened of the Dick Kerr ladies. We arranged to go on 2 trips to Football Museum in Manchester and, of course, Preston North End FC after half-term for February 2022. Katie had mentioned she hasn't travelled on the public buses ever before in her life and wasn't sure how to get to Preston North End. So I decided to volunteer to lead the group to the bus station in Preston and onto the football stadium, as I was a local person and knew the area very well. Before the half term, myself and the other internships went bowling at Level in Preston as a treat for doing brilliant work very hard in our placements and in the classroom. During our trip to the Football Museum in Manchester, we went for a meal in a nice pub called Yates, which is a very brilliant pub. which is not bad actually. I sat next to, I'm going to introduce you to this guy in my script. Um, he's my, obviously my best friend now, and we've been mates for many years, named Harry. Now, Harry is also in an internship. On his placement, he works in HR, during his time on sometimes in the ICT as well. And he also works at LCC and has a part-time job. Since we've been good friends over the years, we've been teaching each other how to speak. Well, obviously, it's a funny voice post app that he has, and he told me about it one day, and I thought, what's that? And anything. So I downloaded it on my mobile, and it's a funny app of like how to speak backwards actually, and do funny acts from TV and chat about soap storylines. Well, he's a big fan of Coronation Street. In May 2022, the internships have been updated their CVs, writing cover letters, interview practice, and how to apply for jobs, getting ready to start thinking of what jobs we all wanted to do. So the project search staff decided to speak to all of us and how they support us and getting us into employment pair. For us to do that, we had to learn what we would were and answer interview questions. By doing this, we watched a YouTube video called Richard McMunn, who is an author, has a lots of ideas on there of how to answer interviews questions and what you must say in an interview and not say in an interview, um, which is a good thing for me to practice. So the more practice, the more confidence. In June 2022, I did apply for 2 jobs at the Lancashire County Council, the same familiar of the role I was doing my work experience in the document service, which I wanted to do. Sadly, I didn't get the jobs, but I wasn't going to give up. And I thought to myself in my brain, Matthew, you're a good legend lad who smiles a lot, travelling in his motorhome, loves music, watching EastEnders, and this is a new one. I go now, since I was 18, I go to what you call a bingo called 3000. You will get a job, but no one is perfect these days. Just be yourself, and whatever job you want that you really love doing, that is suitable for you, and it will come one day. And do you know something? It did. 4th of July, myself and the other internships had a celebration party back getting an award by completing the project search. The week after that, I was awarded again, supporting other people on project search and my time in the document service. Feels like I won the National Television Awards. Honestly, God. So on the evening of my 9th of September, just 2 weeks before my 21st birthday, I was on my way to Preston Docks with my parents, and we have a new introduction to my family now. I'm obviously, you guys probably don't know, I haven't seen me for 6 years. I'm an uncle now. I have a little baby nephew. When I got a call from Project Search, informing me that I got a job in the document service, the same placement I was doing during my time there on the Project Search. I was very, very happy and told my friends and my family, who congratulated me and celebrated on my 21st birthday, the best memory I'll never ever forget. For our uniforms, we wear is the digital services, polo shirts, and of course ID badges. I am now currently on a 2-year apprenticeship, inclusive traineeship, full-time at LCC, Lancashire County Council, document service. However, we have a new name of that service now. It's no longer called document service. It's now called DigiPrint, Mail Print and Scanning Solutions, which is a very interesting thing for things. So I've got 2 appropriate advices to everyone here, including the staffing as well. Now, my planning for a job advice for everyone here is whatever job you want is something suitable you want to do and to enjoy. Now, take it easy. Never ever apply 30 jobs a day. Just take what's out there for you. Read the description very, very carefully before applying. And so that's the job advice. My interview advice to you all, if you have an interview in the future, is prepare yourself, Think really hard in your brain what to answer the interview questions. Have a drink of water. If you do get the job, then well done. If you haven't got the job, don't give up one day. You will pass the interview, and just be yourself. Just be yourself. Right. That's the end of the interview. So thank you so much, everyone, for listening to me and tuning in on this special job adventure story. If you are interested in getting into Project Search, have a chat with your family and apply now through Preston College. I'm happy to answer questions and yeah, that's everything.
Well Well done, Matthew. That was absolutely brilliant.
Thank you very much.
Lots and lots of information there about all of the wonderful things that you've done since you left us in 2018.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
So you went to, which college did you go to?
I went to St Tom Finney Community High School up in Preston.
And that was your first college?
And that was my first college, yeah.
And then you moved from there, you moved to?
Yeah.
Where did you move to?
I moved to Preston College. I only did 4 weeks there because obviously it was the right time for me to close the book. It's like closing the book in a chapter of education, and decided to move on from into full employment, which is only did 4 weeks there and then moved to Project Search at LCC. Been there ever since.
Okay, fantastic. So,
how old were you when you left Tom Finney, Matthew? Did you stay there till you were 19?
I was there till I was 19, yes.
Yeah, so you stayed at Tom till you were 19, tried Preston College for 4 weeks, but that wasn't for you, and then you went on to Project Search there.
Well, I was on Project Search in Preston from September, and then I only did 4 weeks at Preston College of doing skills independently, and after that, from October, I was transitioned to Project Search in the County Council ever since.
And you were just full-time Project Search?
Yeah, full-time Project Search there, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So, good.
Yeah, sure.
When you were here at school, what do you think was the most important thing that you learned that you've been able to take with you into work?
That's a very good
skills that you learned.
That's a very lovely question, that. I think mostly for me, it's mostly I'm used to working independently now because I really enjoyed being independently, working hard, concentrate on my work, and I took that skill with me when I did a full employment during my time on Project Search, and plus during time on the apprentice, what I'm doing now. So I think that's one of my best skills. So yeah.
Very good.
Thank you.
And you give some interview advice there. Now we've been doing some work. Some of our learners have been doing some interview work this week. And we've been talking about how to prepare for an interview.
Yeah.
So it's really good that you actually gave us some information about what it's like to sit an interview.
Yeah.
So it is going to happen for some of you. You are, and most of you, I would hope, will be able to go on to some kind of employment in the future.
Yes.
And Matthew is a brilliant example, as is Zach, of people that have come through Astley Park. They've worked hard, they've aimed high, and they have got what they wanted out of life. And they've got a career plan, and they know where they're going. Matthew, just like Mr. Welsh said earlier, to Zach, what do you want to do in the future?
What do I want to do in the future? Is hopefully stay full-time employment where I'm working now. I'm the apprentice.
Fantastic.
Well, hopefully.
Pass your apprenticeship and stay on at LCC.
Stay on LCC forever, yeah.
Fantastic. Has anybody got any more questions they would like to ask Matthew?
Yes. What's your name, young man?
Are you going to Preston? And what of food you have and drink you have in pub?
Oh, so how did he get to Preston?
Yeah.
What food and drink does he
Yeah.
have? How do you get to Preston?
Yeah.
And what food and drink did you have when you went to the pub?
Okay. Well, that's a good question, actually. The bus I catch to our internships, what bus we caught, was actually number 19. And then for our food, what I had is fish and chips, and which Mr. Welsh used to show me years ago. And I've been a big fan of fish ever since. Well, since I'm much older now, we can't have booze in our pub, so we just had appropriate drinks, which is fizzy drinks, orange juice.
Very good.
Yeah.
I know you were talking about transport, weren't you, and travel training. So that's something else that as you move into college, when it's the right time for you, that you will be able to take part in independent travel training where people will take you out and teach you how to move from home to college using public transport. Now that will happen at different times for different people and only when you are ready, but it's another move towards independence. Okay? Fabulous. Anybody else? Last call for questions for Matthew. All right, let's round of applause for Matthew again.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.